Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Well, I'm going to do a lot of cooking tonight. What I want to do is cook up my leftovers. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make a batch of flatbread. And it has to set for 10 minutes, so I want to make it first. I want to actually make it to show you how easy it is to make it in case you should ever run out of milk. I'm making a half a batch, so I'm going to have, I buy these little bags of flour. If you don't have that much money, get a little $1 package. This one's 2.5 pounds. It's a lot. Going to make a lot of flatbreads. So I need, for a half a batch, 3/4 cups. It's very hot. Okay. I better keep this over here. I might need it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to mix everything in the wet ingredients and then add it to the dry ingredients so you don't get a big bite of baking powder. So 1/2 teaspoon baking powder. I buy this for $1. So now if you learn how to make this, you're always going to have bread. So 1/2 teaspoon. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, so I need 1/4 teaspoon, so just a pinch. You need salt. And 1.5 tablespoons of oil. And I didn't take mine out, of course. So it's going to be 3/4 of a teaspoon. 3/4 of a the whole thing is 1.5 teaspoons, so it's going to be 1/2 teaspoon and then 1/4 teaspoon of oil. And this bread is like no fail, you guys. And it's cheap to make too. And so what I want to try to do is, since I have a lot of raisins, I have these little boxes of raisins, so I want to put those in my flour. So I have 3/4 cup flour and 1/2 a box of raisins. And then all I need is 1/2 cup, so it'll be 1/4 cup because I'm making a half a batch. What do I do with my measuring cup? So that's it for the ingredients. So I hope no one ever runs out of bread. At this time, I'm trying to stockpile for about 2 years because I think we're going to have a second wave of the coronavirus. When this thing first started, I go, well, how would huge crowds happen? Well, they happen. Let's hope it doesn't, but probably it will. Okay, so now I don't have quite enough water. See how it's not coming into a ball of dough? So I just want to add a tiny bit of water at a time. And then what I want to do is eat these with some butter. Sometimes, these pancakes or flatbreads will mix up with less water, and sometimes they take more. I'll show you when I get the right. If they're a little bit wet, it's okay because you're going to roll them out in some flour. Now it's starting to go into a ball. You want a nice soft dough. So when the water is right, it'll form into a little ball. All of flour will form into a nice little ball of dough. So see this? So now what I want to do, the dough is yummy. So I'm making 4 flatbreads, so I want to just get 4 pieces of dough. And here they are, and I want to let them set for about 10 minutes. You know, give or take a minute or two. Okay, so now, that's the flatbread. Flatbreads are underway. Let me give you the flatbread recipe. Get this recipe, it's a good one. One thing I couldn't find was yeast. I found some, but I had to drive all over town and find it. Okay, so that's flatbread. Now what? Well, last night I made mock chicken fried steak and I had meat left. So I could have made mock chicken fried steak again, but I decided to make meatballs, and I'll show you why in a minute. Here's the recipe. So I made half a batch, and I used two hamburger patties that I had that were partially soy, and it makes a lot. But let me show you something. This stuff would be great for this. Also, I will be stockpiling some more of that. So, okay, so what I want to do is, this is what I fried my meatballs in. So I want to take my oil out. I'm saving all my meat drippings. Also, you know, when you make refried beans, you don't need much shortening. You don't want your beans greasy. So here's my meatballs. I wanted to gobble one down, but I only had 6. That's enough. You don't need that many for just one person. So okay, so I want to heat those up. And while I want to make some green beans. Okay, I fried some, I'll heat these up over here. I fried some bacon, because you need bacon for these green beans. Everybody's got their own green beans, okay? So I had 2 pieces left of bacon that I wanted to use up. Now what did I do with that little container? Shoot. Oh, here it is. So I fried my bacon, but I don't really want bacon grease. I don't want greasy beans. Now this is a really good bean recipe, and you can make cornbread and just eat beans. It calls for 2 cans, but 1 can is going to make a lot. So 1 can green beans. And it calls for a 1/3 cup ketchup, so I'm just going to estimate about a 6 cup ketchup. And it calls for a tablespoon of chopped onions. And this doesn't take long. And then this was really, bacon is really kind of 2 pieces of fat. I just had 2 little pieces left. So now I want to mix my green beans up. You guys, these green beans are good. You will like this. You will love this. And then you want to put salt and pepper on them. But and you can make a lot too. So that's why I'm always saying stockpile green beans. All right, now let's change places here. Okay, now. So we got the green beans going. Let me give you the recipe. Take a screenshot. Everybody's got their own secret green bean recipe, but this one's good, and it's really good leftover. and is really good with cornbread. The old tried and true, you guys. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to add some gravy to my meatballs. So I bought these gravy mixes for 30 cents at Walmart today. So I'm just going to move my meatballs to one side, and I need 1 cup water. Where is my... Now I took everything out in an organized fashion in a perfect world. So 1 cup water. You know, these are incredibly hard to do when you're cooking a lot of stuff at once. This ain't the Food Network. But what I wanted is I wanted my videos like when my grandmother used to cook. You know, you're just in the kitchen with me. So, okay, so now I want to make myself some meatballs. And then to go with my meatballs, I made rice, and I'll put that in a minute. Okay, so that is the meatballs. Okay, so, you know, I've been seeing stuff on TV, and I mean on the YouTube, and it says, the middle class is gone forever. Okay, speak for yourself, because what we're going to do is we're going to be thinking about this, and we're going to say, well, perhaps I will have, so I have tonic water, and I have cranberry juice to drink. Any kind of juice. If you stockpile juice, then you know you're not going to be running out of fruit. Look at my meatballs are starting to get nice. Okay, so now, so you have to maybe do eBay or YouTube or the swap meet or your own hauling business, you know, whatever you can think of that is going to be a little business for yourself. Not letting other people tell you, oh, you're non-essential, oh, you can't earn a living. That's on you. So this is a cheap dinner. Very cheap. So I'm using my meatballs up. And then what I usually do is I put the rice in the middle, and you know, I let it cook down for a little while. So let me show you. And then, you know, I usually eat it with ketchup. So that's using the rest of my meat up. And you know, the green beans are coming along nicely. They don't take long, just a few minutes. You'll like these. Now, I want to show you guys how to make an egg and chorizo burrito. Okay, so now you have potatoes left, you know, like I do. And so for egg and chorizo burrito, you need your potatoes. Cooked like the night before. It's gonna. So I'm using oil. I mean, in shortening, it could be oil, whatever you have. So now the good thing about this is it doesn't take much chorizo. When I make refried beans, I only use about, you know, that much. And same here, because I'm just making one small burrito. And so let me, yikes, let me get a knife. Okay, so now I'm going to get myself a little chorizo. This is pork. You have all kinds. I'm going to use about, so with that much chorizo, I'm still not to half a tube, and this is the second thing I've made out of this chorizo. And what I want to do, the thing about chorizo is you don't want to burn your chorizo. So I want to cook my chorizo. And so I had baked potatoes left. So I just want to cube my potatoes. So you're saving all your meat drippings just in case, you know. You could leave the peels on. I usually peel mine. And it's easier to chop them and everything too. So all this food is really fast to make. All right, everything's coming along nicely. You know, even if you never make these and things start going down south, it's in the back of your mind, and you might go, oh yeah, I remember that. I know how to make that now. I hope you guys never need any of these recipes. Personally, I eat anything. I really don't care. So now, the thing about this is it's going to make a lot, and it's going to be cheap. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw everything in bowls, and then I eat it down, you know, 2-3 days. If I don't eat it, I just freeze it. So there's my potatoes. All right. So you're going to create your own self-employment. You know, today out by the dumpster where I live, there was a vacuum. There was a lady on YouTube, and she tore the vacuum parts up and sold parts. But you can sell the vacuums at the swap meet. So these are already cooked, so this is going to go quick. And this is going to be good burrito. Or, you know, another thing you can make, this is really good too. Those flatbreads with some honey and cinnamon would be tasty. Cinnamon bread is really tasty with chorizo. But it's good in burritos too. And it's cheap too because you don't have, you know, you have your potatoes. This is why you want to stockpile potatoes. And you have, somebody's long hair. I wonder who that was. That's gross. Sorry. Chorizo is a little bit tricky. You want it done, but you have to be careful not to burn it. So this is good for a couple of reasons. One, chorizo is cheap, and two, I'm using up all my eggs before buying more. So now I'm just going to put my potatoes in my chorizo and brown them up. And I have 1 egg, and that's all I need. I don't need much. I just need a little bit. It's a mistake to, you know, to invest too much money when you're using your food up. Let's see if this thing's going. Okay, life is good. It usually doesn't. Life is usually not good. So, okay, I have some evaporated milk and water, half and half, so I'll add a little milk. And then I made 4 cups of tea. I usually drink that for about 2 days, and I have some lemon. So I have plenty of cheap beverages. I have a caffeine-free cola in there, but I just bought one so that I can't overdo it. All right, so now we just want to brown our potatoes good. So I'm making a lot of food, you guys, a lot of good food. And this is just 1 bag organic Earl Grey tea that I bought at 99¢ only, and 4 cups water. So I'm just mixing my milk and my egg. Now I want to roll out my flatbreads. So I want you guys to get my recipes. I'll write them down in your notebooks. Who knows what's going to happen? You know, you think, eBay or YouTube would be around forever? What if they decide to charge? That could be real crappy too, you know? Some people might say I'm not paying, you know? Uh-oh. 5-second rule. Okay, so now I have no counter space whatsoever. Okay, so now I want to roll my flat. You could pat them out. You don't have to roll them. All right, so now let me show you my green beans. These are good, you guys. This is tasty. It's so hard to. So I'm just going to use my shortening. So this, you know, the flatbreads are very, very yummy the next day. Well, I guess anything homemade. These could almost be considered like scones, you know? So, and the thing about all this is it's all very quick. There's one. So if the dough is a little sticky, just roll it around in the flour. They don't have to be perfect. If they were perfect, though, it would be really great. But time is of the essence here, you know? It's not for your YouTube channel. It's not best, the long videos, but what I want to do is, if I have something I want to say or convey, I want to, all right, now let me show you. Now, I want to pour my eggs on top. So you're doing this when it's almost done. So this is a lot of food, you guys, but it's not expensive. It's cheap food. That's okay. I don't want my followers going hungry. You know, these protests make me very nervous. They were pretty bad here in La Mesa, burning and looting. And it was kind of sad too, because people came in and trashed the city, and the people of La Mesa cleaned it up. My brother had a store in the La Mesa village that they tore up a long time ago. So, at that time, you know, when we had the store, my dad had 5 kids, you know, and my brother was just getting started, and who knows, you know, how prosperous people really are. It's hard to say. But when people are violent and looting, you know, we have, no one is above the law, not even the president, not even the police. Not even the city citizens who are vandalizing. And now we've been trapped from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. now, which is, it's bad enough that we've been in self-isolation. Now, you know, basically, here we go again, if you know what's good for you. We don't know if the COVID has passed. Yummy, this is good, you guys. I have sour cream and salsa. My flatbreads are looking good too. So you want to cook these. You want to make sure. You want to make sure it's done. Ow. So this is going on all over the country. It's terrible. You want to get your eggs done too. All right, now let's see. So a lot of food's been being made in this kitchen. This is enough food for 2 or 3 days, you guys. I think I'm just going to fry my tortilla right in the pan here. I think that'll be fine. So I don't have too much grease in my pan, and I really don't need it. So what I'm going to do is just scoop my stuff over and heat my tortilla right in the pan. I'm only going to make one. And my flatbreads are looking nice. Look. A chef told me that about the chorizo. You know, when you're a hairdresser, you get every kind. I was a barber a lot. You get every kind of client. And I work next to a chef school. And chefs have continuing education. It goes on and on and on. And of all the training, a chef is probably one of the most expensive. Like, and that's cash too. So, you know, it's really expensive to become one. And it's not easy either. I think I can attest to that. So this morning I went down to Walmart. I needed a couple things, and what I'm doing, I can't find my paper towels. What I'm doing is I'm stockpiling for 2 years. So I sold a blouse for $25. No, it was a men's shirt for $25. And it occurred to me that the groceries I had bought were $25. So, oh, my flatbreads are looking good. Oh, the oil's not hot enough. Okay, so now let me put some of this filling in my burrito. So this is enough, and it's good left over. So see how I have my my filling in my burrito? Yummy. So it makes all the difference if your potatoes are made the night before. One could make potato salad as well. That's a hot burrito. So once you start getting the hang of this, eating all your leftovers, I need a little bit more filling. This is eating all your leftovers, making something out of your and making food so that you don't run out of bread. And now let me find a spoon. The green beans are really, really hot. So this is enough for 2 or 3 meals. You know that old saying, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen? I can really see where that came from. It's hot in here. Oh, my flatbreads are looking good tonight. I have one more left, so I made 4 flatbreads. They're kind of like bready pancakes, you know? Okay, so now I want to talk about when I went to Walmart to stockpiling. Somebody asked me how I do my grocery shopping. Kind of what I do is I just buy what I need, and then if I see something that's good for the stockpile, I buy it. So Michelle Randy said Lavender Clothesline makes 6 figures selling eBay, so I'll be checking that out. And Rockstar Flipper is also a good one. So, you know, I mentioned if you have $1 and you buy something and sell it for $10, you do that 10 times, you have $100, but you do get better at it. Like if you buy something for $1, like I did, the shirt, and you sell it for $25, and you do that 4 times. So this was the idea. I had butter and honey on my flatbreads with raisins. I don't have too much oil in here. That's good though. You don't need, and then I have honey. So, you know, a lot of times I buy watches for $1 and I can sell them for $30 more sometimes. So you learn, and it doesn't take that long. You know, if you do something successful, just try to do it again. Oh, my honey is really cold. I don't want my followers going without bread. My flatbreads look good. This is home cooking, you guys. Sometimes I get up in the middle of the night and I eat the flatbread. So let me get this one up here. See, this one's with the honey. So I have a chorizo, egg, and potato burrito, some meatballs and rice, some flatbread with raisins, and then my green beans. And the burritos are good with salsa and sour cream if you have it, and that should make at least 2 or 3 burritos. So now I have some other stuff I want to mention. So be saying to yourself, okay, they got me once, but they're not going to destroy my life again. Like one thing I learned here, we have areas that are not bad, so you could drive and sell mail your eBay in a better area. Also, when I used to sell at the swap meet, that's where I'll sell my rejects. What works out really good with swap meets is junk. That's what people come looking for. So just load your junk. And so then before I even go home, I go to the 99-cent store and I buy, with my swap meet proceeds, $30 worth of food. So, okay, I'm working on the stockpile and I'm removing the expired food, and I'll probably donate it. Now, okay, I went to Walmart. The looters showed up to Walmart, and the Walmart knew they were coming, and so everybody evacuated, and I guess they, got in there. I'm not sure what happened. Nobody was there. So, okay, so the first thing I bought was Corn Flakes for $1. I bought Rice Krispies for, this is Walmart, $1.48. Rice Krispies are more expensive. I brought Bran Flakes, and I bought Toasted O's. Now that is a lot of cereal. I eat cereal in the middle of the night. I get these little bowls and, I eat cereal. But the thing about cereal is if you have babies, you can give them, little bowls of cereal with their bottles, and you can eat it yourself. So, each one was a nice big box, the Walmart brand. Then I bought Crisco. I just thought, quit splitting hairs. Shortening seems to be an issue. So I didn't get the best deal on that, but that's not something you want to run out of. For one thing, how are you supposed to make your flatbreads with honey? Let me taste this. Oh, good. In the day, a lot of the little old ladies put raisins in their bread. I bought a small canned ham, $3.97. I bought a large can of tomatoes because you don't want to be running out of ketchup, tomato sauce. Like, if you didn't have ketchup, you could grind your tomatoes and put a little salt, pepper, and sugar in your green beans. And then I bought 4 packages of brown rice, or brown gravy, because they were 30 cents each. And then, I was searching and searching for grapefruits fresh, and I couldn't find any, so I said, heck with it, and I bought, what is this? Oh, this is it. I bought grapefruit juice, and those were $2.98, and I bought 1 bottle of caffeine-free Coke for 74 cents. So this is what I bought for $24.18 for the stockpile. I packed my freezer full of meat, and I'm eating my meat down before buying more. And I'm carefully eating all my leftovers. I'm eating down to the last egg before I buy another one. I had 2 leftover potatoes. Then on the way home, I needed tortillas. I just bought 1 package, but I found chili, 3 of them, dented cans. Now, once you get used to these dented cans, that's really going to help you out. In 1 can, cream-style corn. I have a good recipe for clam chowder, but you need cream-style corn. You need corn when you're eating rice and beans. Now, chili is good. You can make chili and hot dogs, chili and cornbread, chili mac. You just add your chili to macaroni and cheese, package of macaroni and cheese. Chili with meat and beans, so you have your beans, and it would be chili and rice and meat, like hamburgers, any kind of meat. Chili soup and crackers. To make this into soup, just add water until it's soup-like, and then you can eat it with crackers. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm very glad to have you all. And God bless you all.